how would she be able to walk in part 2?
I'm a disabled Wicked fan who uses a wheelchair, and I am here to answer this question for you. How is Nessa Rose going to be able to walk in part 2? This is a spoiler, but I have a big caveat that I don't actually think this is going to be relevant. Nessa is pressures her sister to use her magic to cure her. And this is where we get the ruby slippers from. They get enchanted. As long as she is wearing them, she can walk just fine. Now, how is wheelchair user Marissa Bodie going to walk in part 2? Most people who use a wheelchair actually can walk. It's not so black and white as can walk and cannot walk. There's actually a very large spectrum in between. So if you are using a wheelchair, it is possible that you are fully incapable of walking, sure, but it is also possible that you are using a wheelchair because it is significantly challenging for you to walk for any number of reasons. Perhaps you struggle with balance, perhaps you struggle with different types of surfaces, perhaps you can only walk a few steps at a time. There are any number of reasons that people can use wheelchairs to help with their mobility, pain levels, fatigue levels, and just general ease and access of getting around. It's not actually a sad or bad thing to use a wheelchair. So there's a good chance that Marissa Bodie actually can walk, and if they were going to do a scene where she can stand and walk, then she could probably do it under certain circumstances. And why I think this actually doesn't matter is because this is an extremely ableist, messed up plot line in the stage show for Wicked. They actually already changed a lot of things about her character to take away some of the ableist stereotypes that were applied to her in part 1. And the actress Marissa Bodie has already been seen saying in interviews that you don't need to be cured or fixed to be powerful. So I think that is a large hint, and the fact that they have taken the historic step of casting an actual wheelchair user for the first time in the 20-year history of Wicked tells me that they want to actually do right by the disabled community and that they're going to fix this plot area that is actually highly offensive, because disabled people do not need to be cured. Many of us don't necessarily want to be cured. So basically, the moral of the story is very few things regarding disability are fully black and white. It is a spectrum. Marissa Bodie is likely able to walk to some degree, but I suspect that this particular plot point is going to be changed and going to be completely irrelevant. Let me know what you think in the comments.